screen. Hello and welcome to another episode. This is the AMG Lounge. I'm G. This is the middle of the Great British Summer, and this is the brilliant blue C43 AMG Coupe Spec'd in Premium Plus, which in the world of MB basically means that you're going to get everything that you're going to want. In this video, we're going to be talking to you a little bit about what it means to have a daily and also what makes a great daily. So, without further ado, let's power up this 3-litre 390 brake horsepower 4-wheel drive beast and go for a leisurely drive. Now, unless you have no interest in cars whatsoever, in which case I question how you ended up here. In any case, welcome. No doubt you would have heard the term daily. Ever since the birth of the car scene on YouTube, the term has been around. Okay, so what does the term daily actually mean? The Urban Dictionary defines it as an object that is used regularly and on a daily basis. I mean, Urban Dictionary, that's as good as the Oxford one, isn't it? When I say everything you could possibly want, I mean pan roof, electric seats, folding mirrors, upgraded sound system, electric seats with memory, which are also heated, multi-beam LED headlights, adaptive beam, cruise control, Bluetooth, satellite navigation, reversing camera, parking sensors, leather seats, upgraded multi-spoke alloys, 360 camera, dual zone automatic climate control, digital cockpit, automatic windscreen wipers, belt buckler, keyless entry, keyless go, and powered boot. Of course, everyone has their own version of what makes a great daily, and there is so much to choose from. Take the range at Mercedes-Benz at the moment. You have the A180, which is a 1.3, ideal for if you've just passed your test, or you have the A45S, which is the fire-breathing version. You have the A250E plug-in hybrid if you've recently watched David Attenborough's documentary and now you want to help save the world, or the A35 if you want a hot little hatch. The CLA offers the exact same variants, as does the GLA. There are fully electric vehicles and more joining the fleet soon. These all class family. There's the saloon GTC. The list just goes on and on. How long have I been here? Now, of course, you could argue the C43S is a better daily, but to you, I'd say, how? How is it better? Is it better because it will consume more fuel for doing the exact same job and in the real world give you very, very similar performance? In fact, the C43 would probably perform better on a day like this. The C63 would forever be trying to put its power down, ESP would be kicking in, and you really won't get very far. So it just depends which side of the fence you're sitting on. What works for you may not work for someone else. What works for them may not work for you. Sport Plus, power. And it just gives you so much confidence, even though it's absolutely chucking it down, the confidence the four-wheel drive gives you in that acceleration. Awesome. So, what's my point? Well, it just goes to show that manufacturers have recognised that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to cars. And us as a consumer have never been so spoiled for choice. Perhaps that's why once upon a time AMG consisted of V8s and V12s, 5.5 litres plus. Naturally, for that reason, there weren't as many AMGs around. A V12 perhaps then doesn't work very well as a daily for obvious reasons. Not in the conventional sense anyway. so it was rarer to see. So that's why today AMG offer a 35 in 3 different variants, a 45S in 3 different variants, 43 in 6 different variants, 53 in 6 different variants, and offer 63 and 63S variants in just loads. When you're looking to buy a car, you know, any performance car, anything that's a little bit special, it's seldom logic that drives the purchase. It's passion, it's emotion. In essence, your brain, which operates with logic, would suggest going and buying a C220D or C200 petrol, because that car, in terms of its physical presence, is the same. It's going to do the exact same job. It's got the same size boot, it's got the same size cabin. From the outside, it's the same car, and it'll do all that for a fraction of the cost. However, your heart, well, that sings a different tune. That says I want 6 cylinders or I want 8 cylinders. That says I want a sports exhaust system. I want a sports plus driving mode. I want big multi-spoke alloy wheels and brake calipers that have AMG. I want 4 large exhaust tips coming out the back. That's your heart. I mean, that's a common battleground for making any big decisions, be it cars, whatever you into. I'm massively into my cameras. You know, I think I watch all sorts of videos on YouTube about different cameras and what they do, and you know what best works for me. You know, it's all about making these cars accessible, and that's what the cars such as the 35 variants and the 43 variants do. We can keep our brain, which thinks more logic, and our heart, which is more emotion, both satisfied. When you're looking at cars at this stature, it's important to have a car that almost matches your personality. Take the MODJ for instance. By his own admission, he's loud, he's fast, he's a larger than life kind of character. He drives a matte black E63S that's tuned to makes no difference, probably like 1,000 brake horsepower. But you know, he'll quite happily take his kids and his missus around during the week, but take it to Mexico on the weekend for a drag race. Get you a car that puts a smile on your face every time you get into it, but at the same time can do the mundane tasks as well without necessarily breaking your back or costing you a new one. Get you a car that's the closest thing to a Swiss Army knife. You know, a jack of all trades if you like, perhaps not a master of one. You've got to love a car with a split personality. You know, when you're in comfort, you might as well be in a C300 petrol or something. But you know, when you've got an itchy toe and you just need to wiggle it, does it deliver. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the channel as well. And we are also over on Instagram as well at the AMG Land, so if you're on there, go give us a follow. I need a coffee. Let's go get some coffee. I think coffee is probably the most popular drink on YouTube. I think we have Peter McKinnon to thank for that. So. What did you think? Oh. Oh. I love the cabin in here. Maybe it's because I've been driving around in a GLE for the past sort of about 2 years. I like how cocooned it is in here and how sort of driver focused it is. You know, you've got your digital cockpit here, which you can customize depending on what you want to see when you're driving. Your seat controls are here, whether you want to heat them or adjust them. All the driving controls are down here. The screen's all within nice reach, and it's just nice and sort of compact. It gives you that feeling of like, you know, I can really throw this car around. Ironically, it's one of the things that I'm not a massive fan of. The only thing that I've got a problem with is the footwell. This center console is nice, but it's so invasive where you're left leg sits. And if you're sort of 5'11" or taller like me, it's, you know, it's like, get out of the way. It's not the end of the world, but it's, yeah, if I had to nitpick. What does the C43 Coupe offer you? In other words, what makes the C43 such a great daily? Well, it gives you a 0 to 60 time of 4 and a bit seconds, a top speed of 155 miles an hour, electronically limited, boot space big enough for a couple of suitcases, at least 4 passengers, all the creature comforts, as I mentioned, usability in town, as this is no bigger or no wider than the standard C220 or the C300. Combined MPG of 30 when driven sensibly. It has 2 ISOFIX seats at the back for when you need to put a child seat in. It has a powered boot which you can open with your foot if your hands are full. If you get a sudden rush of blood to the head and you want to take a bend, let's say more enthusiastically, you can come out the other side and facing the right way. Ideal if your name isn't Sid North, or Sideways Sid as he was formerly known. And that, my friends, is the most important part of what makes a great daily.
You see, everyone, like the cars themselves, are unique and have different interpretations of what's important. What performance means to some is all about power and speed. To someone else, it's the driving dynamics and how engaged you are with driving it. To others, it's the theatre, the noise, or the looks. To me, it's all about everyday usability. Can I be inconspicuous when I need to be, but loud when I want to be noticed? Is it practical enough for me to do the shopping, as well as get a respectable 0 to 60 time? Will it be fun around the slippery and winding roads in Hertfordshire during the winter months, but also safe? Can I get a good MPG return on a run, but make the exhaust screaming echo through town when I want it to?
The C43 can. But oh, before I forget, I think I still have the E53.